Chosen one, I need you to stop scrolling immediately. Take one slow and real breath right now. This is not the algorithm playing tricks on you. This is an urgent and powerful divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your screen today. The window for your massive spiritual breakthrough is closing very soon. Please do not swipe away from this screen. If you leave now, you will shut the door on the exact blessing your soul has been crying out for. You have had so many long and silent nights. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are absolutely not an accident. They are hard proof that the enemy is panicking. Why are they panicking right now? Because a massive shift is here. A generational wealth transfer has just been approved in your name. But you have to stay until the final second of this message. What I am about to reveal will give you the exact physical key to unlock it. You have been feeling completely exhausted lately. Your shoulders carry a weight that nobody else can see or understand. Listen carefully to the sound of my voice. That strange tightness in your chest is not just anxiety. The way you wake up at 3 in the morning with your mind racing is a sign. Stop letting the world convince you that you are just stressed. That is your spirit detecting a massive shift in your current timeline. You feel it deep down. You did not click this video by accident today. Your intuition dragged you here because heaven is handing you a decoder ring. There are weird phenomena happening all around you lately. People are acting strange and doors are closing unexpectedly. You feel entirely isolated from the rest of the world, but you are not being punished. You are being divinely isolated for a kingdom-level upgrade. Do not leave me now. The secret hidden in this message will finally make everything make sense. They always described you the exact same way. They called you too kind and too forgiving. You were always the one who stayed quiet just to keep the peace for everyone else. Because of your pure heart, they severely underestimated you. Welcome to your era of quiet authority. It is funny how the same people who drained your energy are suddenly uncomfortable around you. They thought their brutal betrayal would break your spirit forever. But instead, it activated a dangerous level of spiritual power inside you. Do not scroll past this truth. Heaven is about to expose exactly what is happening behind the scenes. Those who plotted against you are watching everything they built crumble to the ground. Meanwhile, a beautiful table is being prepared for you right in their presence. Stay with me, because this final piece will change how you walk. Chosen one, the season of waiting has officially ended. I need you to pause and really absorb that statement. Just moments ago, a sacred scroll with your name on it was unsealed. The agonizing tests and the bitter tears were all part of a rigorous preparation. You felt like God was completely silent during your darkest hours. But it was all to turn you into a strong vessel. You had to be strong enough to hold the immense blessing coming your way. But wait just a moment. There is a hidden mechanism buried inside this breakthrough. You will completely miss it if you do not stay until the very end. If you leave now, the blessing will still arrive at your door, but you will not know how to actually keep it. Make a promise to your future self right now. Do not let this message fade into the background. Listen closely, because the real truth about your test is about to be revealed. You have been through a storm that would have destroyed anyone else, but you survived it all completely alone. Congratulations, my beloved child. It is finally done. You will never have to go through that painful cycle again. The universe has officially closed that chapter of your life. Every tear you cried in secret has been counted and converted into pure favor. The people who took advantage of your light are no longer your problem to solve. You are stepping into a reality where things flow to you effortlessly. But before we go any further into this new timeline, I want to hold something in front of you, something that was discovered not inside a church or a spiritual community. It was actually discovered inside a highly advanced research laboratory by brilliant minds. This discovery won the highest scientific recognition available in the world. And yet, most chosen ones have never been told about it, because it explains something I know you have felt deep in your bones. It explains the painful gap between the person you know yourself to be and the version of you that seems available only in flashes. I will show you exactly what was found by these researchers, but not quite yet. First, I need you to fully understand what was taken from you without your permission. So I want you to hold this one vital question in your mind. What if the gap is not a character flaw at all? What if this spiritual block actually has a scientific name? Let us take a moment to look at exactly what you just survived. You gave your pure heart to people who only knew how to take. And every single time you tried to set a boundary, they made you feel guilty for it. You ended up carrying their heavy emotional baggage while your own soul was starving for a tiny drop of real comfort. The exhaustion you feel right now goes way beyond physical tiredness. It is a deep spiritual fatigue that settles permanently in your bones. You wake up in the morning and you already feel completely drained before your feet even touch the floor. You smile and tell everyone you are fine because that is what you always do. But inside, you are screaming for rest. I see the silent tears you shed when nobody else is watching. I know about those quiet moments when you lock yourself in the bathroom just to breathe. You feel like you are doing everything right, but getting absolutely nothing in return. And you start to wonder if there is something fundamentally wrong with you. Stop thinking that way right now. You are not broken, and you are definitely not cursed. The people who abandoned you did not leave because your frequency was too low. They walked away because your brilliant light was absolutely blinding to their hidden demons. Your pure aura forced them to look at parts of themselves they desperately wanted to keep hidden in the dark. So they punished you for exposing their true nature. They called you too sensitive, and they told you that you were overreacting. They wanted to make you doubt your own incredibly sharp intuition, but your intuition was completely accurate the entire time. You knew exactly who they were long before they finally showed their true colors to the world. Please take a deep breath and let this ultimate truth wash over you. The universe deliberately removed those people from your timeline to protect your fragile energy. Heaven had to create a painful disruption because you were never going to leave them on your own. You are simply too loyal and too forgiving to walk away from someone who is hurting. That is exactly why the divine intervention felt so incredibly harsh. God had to forcefully close those doors so you would stop trying to sneak back inside. Every painful rejection you faced this year was actually a massive redirection. It was a rigorous training ground designed to completely harden your spiritual boundaries. Now your energy demands respect without you having to speak a single word. You no longer tolerate confusion, disguised as love, or disrespect, disguised as brutal honesty. The heavy fog of self-doubt is finally lifting from your mind. And as the thick smoke clears, you can see that the battlefield is empty and you are still standing tall. You won the war, even though it cost you almost everything you had. But I know you still feel a strange, lingering block inside your spirit. Even with the toxic people completely gone, your massive breakthrough feels like it is stuck in traffic. You know the blessing is coming, but you cannot figure out why it is taking so terribly long to reach your front door. Here is what the elite structures of this world never told you. The real reason the universe responds rapidly to certain people and not others is not about your faith, and it is definitely not about your strict daily discipline. It is actually about a specific brainwave. Scientists have a very clear name for it. They call it the gamma frequency. This is the exact frequency your beautiful brain was naturally running when you were a little child. Think back to those days when brilliant ideas came to you so easily. Remember when learning felt effortless and you somehow knew things before they even happened. Back then, the entire world felt like it was completely on your side. That effortless genius was your gamma signal radiating out into the universe. Then adulthood arrived, and the modern world went to work on your brilliant mind. The endless stress and the glowing screens pulled you down into pure survival mode. The rigid school systems trained you to quietly conform instead of creating your own magical reality. Every single year, this sacred and powerful frequency was suppressed a little bit further. The noise of modern society pushed it deeper and deeper below the surface, until the incredible version of you with lightning-fast intuition went completely silent, and the version of you with the kind of luck that makes others whisper simply faded away. Most ordinary people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this happened to them. They will just accept the daily struggle and blame it on bad luck. But chosen one, you are absolutely not like most people. You are meant to operate on a much higher and purer level of existence. The suppression was forced upon you without your consent. And this brings us back to the question I asked you to hold earlier. The question about a missing gap and a hidden scientific name. You felt that effortless connection as a child, but it was stolen from you before you could protect it. But the beautiful answer to this profound mystery is much closer than you think. Before we go any further into your new timeline, I need you to understand this. You have spent so much time replaying the past in your tired head. You constantly wonder what you did wrong to make them leave you. You analyze every single conversation just to find your mistake. But I am here to tell you that you made no mistake at all. The painful rejection was absolutely necessary for your growth. Please listen to me very closely right now. The people who walked away from you were never meant to stay in your new reality. Heaven deliberately slowed you down to protect your soft heart. God kept you safely away from toxic rooms you were never meant to enter. Those individuals were secretly assigned to drain your energy, and heaven had to intervene before they destroyed your future. If the universe had not forcefully removed them, they would have stolen your upcoming harvest. You thought it was a terrible punishment when you were left completely alone. You cried yourself to sleep, asking why you had to be so incredibly isolated. But your deep isolation was not a punishment for being inadequate. It was a strict protocol of protection designed to keep you safe from hidden enemies. This beautiful concept is what we call divine isolation. When heaven is about to pour massive wealth into your life, the receiving container must be totally clean. You cannot hold a kingdom-level blessing while you are still holding on to toxic relationships. The universe had to empty your hands completely before it could hand you the master keys to your brand new timeline. Take a deep breath and let that settle in your spirit. Do you feel that slight pull in your chest right now? That is your intuition confirming this absolute truth. Stop blaming yourself for the delays and the painful closed doors. Every single door that slammed in your face was actually a heavy shield deflecting a fatal blow. You were highly protected even when you felt totally abandoned. They thought your silence was weakness when you retreated into your protective shell. They thought they had finally broken your spirit when they pushed you into the dark. But what they did not realize was that solitude was your ultimate training ground. You did not break under the immense pressure they put on you. You evolved into something completely untouchable and brilliantly radiant. You became the mighty weapon you were trying so hard to survive. The silence after the storm hits different when you realize you were the storm all along. Those who tried to bury you did not know you were a sacred seed, and now you are blooming beautifully in a soil they can never access. Your precious energy is guarded by powerful angels who never sleep and never abandon their post. You are the true cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. What your ancestors called bad luck was actually a generational test of extreme endurance, and you are the rare soul who finally passed the brutal exam. You broke the heavy chains of trauma that your family carried for many decades. Future generations will thank you for standing your ground while everyone else comfortably surrendered. Pay close attention to this next part because it is crucial for your understanding. You might be wondering why the universe took so incredibly long to intervene. Why did you have to endure so many painful years of silent suffering? The long delay was never a cruel denial of your divine rights. The delay was required to calibrate your spiritual frequency to handle the massive wealth shift. If the blessing had arrived earlier, it would have crushed your spirit completely. You did not have the emotional boundaries to protect your wealth back then. You would have given your valuable resources away to the parasites who were feeding on your kindness. So heaven made you wait patiently until your heart became an impenetrable fortress of pure light. Your delay was your ultimate defense. You build your own glorious table and you decide exactly who gets to eat with you. Your painful past is officially cleared of all the heavy karmic debt. The people who hurt you have been permanently evicted from your bright energy field. They can watch your glorious rise from a distance, but they can never touch your crown. The spiritual borders around your life are now firmly locked. But there is a much deeper layer to this phenomenon that we must address today. Now that the toxic people are permanently gone, why is the final door still slightly stuck? We talked about the gamma frequency earlier and how it was terribly suppressed. There is a specific physical reason why that powerful brainwave cannot easily restart on its own, even after you have cleared the toxic energy out. And this is where everything starts to make perfect sense for your journey. The damage they did to your energy field left a residual static in your mind. It is like an old radio stuck between two different broadcasting stations. You are trying to tune into the wealth channel, but the background noise is still too loud. The modern matrix designed it this way on purpose to keep you trapped. Let me tell you the real reason they targeted you in the first place. You were never a random target for their dark games. They saw your brilliant light from miles away, and it completely terrified them. The narcissists and energy vampires operate entirely in the shallow end of reality. They cannot generate their own spiritual power, so they have to steal it from beautiful souls like you. They came disguised as friends and lovers who desperately needed your help. They mirrored your deep empathy just to gain access to your sacred energy. And once they were inside your strong walls, they began their slow process of mental manipulation. They projected their own ugly insecurities onto your pure spirit because they wanted you to believe that your massive power was actually a mental flaw. They called you too emotional when you correctly noticed their subtle lies. They made you apologize for reacting to the terrible pain they caused you. But their entire existence is a tragic illusion built on fake confidence. They are completely hollow on the inside. They do not hate you for shining brightly. They absolutely hate you for exposing their hidden darkness to the entire world. Now, I want you to look at where you are standing today. You survived their brutal emotional warfare, and you emerged totally transformed. Your silence now carries the heavy weight of absolute authority. You no longer need to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Your profound silence is a massive disrespect that they can never overcome because you simply exist above their frequency. They are watching you thrive from fake accounts and hidden corners. They are waiting for you to fail, but that failure is never coming. You have officially starved them of the reactions they desperately need to survive. Every single day you choose peace is another day their dark empire crumbles. You are the untouchable master of your own glorious reality. They cannot manipulate what they cannot touch. This is your era of quiet authority and total spiritual dominance. You have reclaimed your sacred energy from the emotional thieves. If you feel this powerful shift vibrating in your bones right now, type 111 down in the comments to claim this alignment. Lock in this exact frequency and let the universe know you are ready. Your boundaries are now solid steel and your heart is guarded. But the narcissists were only foot soldiers in a much larger war against you. There is a deeply rooted system designed to keep your spirit locked down. The modern matrix profits off your daily exhaustion and your endless confusion. They want you tired, so you will never question their false authority over your life. But there is a hidden mechanism they used to physically block your divine power. We touched on this briefly before, but now we must go much deeper. They used a specific physical weapon to shut down your spiritual antennas. It is not just about toxic people draining your emotional energy anymore. There is a literal frequency war happening right above your head. The system flooded your daily environment with artificial stress signals, and they aimed those weapons directly at your brainwaves. Have you ever wondered why you feel so overwhelmed in crowded places? Why does the constant noise of the modern world make you feel physically sick? It is because your brain is trying to reject the toxic frequencies they are broadcasting. They want to keep you trapped in a low survival state. If you are constantly worrying about money, you will never activate your true kingdom potential or your divine gifts. They engineered modern society to keep your nervous system in a permanent state of shock. You are meant to be a powerful creator of massive wealth and abundance, but it is incredibly hard to create miracles when your body thinks it is being hunted. The elite structures know exactly how to manipulate human biology. They understand that a relaxed and awakened chosen one is the most dangerous force on Earth. The people in power are completely terrified of your pure and rising frequency. They know that when you finally wake up, their entire deceptive system collapses. So they bombard your mind with fear and distraction to keep you asleep. They turn the news into a constant stream of panic and despair. They want to lower your vibration so you match their miserable reality, but their dark plan is totally failing. Your spirit is simply too strong to be contained by their weak illusions. You are breaking through the heavy static, and you are finding your true voice. But we still need to address the specific physical mechanism they used against you. How exactly did they shut down your genius gamma frequency in the first place? Listen closely to what I am about to say next. The brutal truth about this mechanism will shock you. They desperately tried to hide this physical block from you for many decades. They knew that if you ever discovered how to reverse it, you would become completely unstoppable. The painful anxiety and the constant brain fog were carefully manufactured symptoms. They are absolutely not your natural state of being. You are standing on the edge of a massive revelation right now. Do not ignore this next incredible sign. This brings us to the ultimate revelation about your mind. You have been fighting a spiritual battle with physical weapons. The constant hum of survival mode locked your brain into the beta frequency, and this beta state is the exact frequency of fear and limitation. While your soul was trying to ascend to higher dimensions, your brain was stuck, scanning for danger. This is why manifestation felt so incredibly hard for you. You read all the books and you recited all the daily affirmations. You did the heavy shadow work while everyone else was sleeping, but your physical receiver was severely damaged by the toxic environment around you. It is like trying to catch a beautiful symphony on a broken radio. The music is playing perfectly in the air, but all you can hear through the speakers is loud static. You are not failing at all. Your equipment was just tampered with. The Matrix wanted to keep your gamma frequency permanently dormant, because gamma is the frequency of pure creation and effortless flow. It is the exact brainwave where instant healing and sudden synchronicities happen naturally. When you were a child, you existed in this magical state every single day. But the harsh school systems and the endless corporate grind slowly squeezed it out of you. They made you believe that hard work was the only way to succeed. But before we go any further, I have to tell you something important. Something the people who profit from your exhaustion do not want you to know. A brilliant team of neuroscientists working quietly away from the headlines has discovered a way out. They figured out how to bring this dormant brainwave back online, and they did it without requiring years of impossible meditation that most people cannot sustain. This discovery changes absolutely everything for you. They did not build another expensive machine that costs thousands of dollars. They found something far simpler and far more aligned with your natural design. They engineered a specific sound frequency to guide your brainwave patterns back to the genius state. Brilliant minds at Princeton University studied this exact phenomenon, and researchers at Columbia University found that when this brainwave is restored, it positively influences the people around you. It only takes 7 minutes a day, and it begins working the very first time. You do not have to struggle or force your mind to be perfectly quiet. I will tell you exactly what it is called and how to access it before this message ends. That is my solid promise to you today. But first, there is something you deeply need to understand about your upcoming harvest. You must prepare your physical space for what is about to arrive. Your spiritual preparation is already complete. You survived the intense crucible of pain, and you successfully purged the toxic enemies from your life. Your heart is fully open, and your intentions are completely pure. Now that the physical block is finally being removed, the floodgates are going to burst open. The universe is aligning massive blessings that will flow directly into your newly restored receiver. You are about to experience absolute flow. Every heavy burden you carried is about to be lifted off your tired shoulders. The financial struggles that kept you awake at night are dissolving right now. You are moving out of the harsh season of endless planting and into the glorious season of sudden harvest. But the darkness will try one last desperate trick to knock you off balance. There is a fatal trap waiting right before the finish line. Pay close attention to this next part. The universe always sends clear signs when a major timeline shift is happening. Heaven uses these subtle markers to confirm that your frequency is rising. You might have noticed some strange coincidences over the past few weeks. But there is absolutely no such thing as a random coincidence in your life. Every single number you see and every strange dream you have is a direct message. Your spirit guides are screaming at you to pay attention right now. Let me tell you exactly how to recognize these powerful signs, because if you miss them, you might accidentally stumble into the trap I warned you about. The enemy knows your frequency is about to be completely restored, and they are absolutely terrified of what you will accomplish when your gamma brainwave is fully active. They are setting up a clever illusion to distract you from your ultimate prize. Stay with me right now. You have worked too hard to let them steal your massive victory at the last minute. The divine isolation you endured was the hardest test of your entire life. But you passed it with flying colors, and your spiritual crown is shining brightly. Now we must secure your perimeter and lock down your brand new reality. I am going to reveal the exact signs that prove your miracle is already standing at your front door. Do not ignore these warnings, and remember the scientific secret I mentioned just a moment ago. I am keeping my word, and I will reveal its name very soon. But your mind needs to be totally clear to receive that heavy truth. Take a deep breath and let the old beta frequencies fall away from your aura. You are stepping into the light of pure creation. Let us look at the beautiful signs heaven is sending you today. Listen carefully to what I am about to say next. You are about to experience a massive influx of divine confirmation. Heaven does not just change your reality without giving you clear signals first. There are specific physical signs proving that your painful cycle is permanently closed. I need you to pay close attention to these signs today, because if you recognize them, you will know for a fact that your miracle is here. Number 1. You are suddenly seeing repeating numbers everywhere you look. You glance at the clock, and it is exactly 1:11. You buy something, and the total is $7.77. Do not let anyone tell you this is just a random coincidence. Coincidence is a weak word invented by people who are entirely disconnected from the spiritual realm. These numbers are a direct fingerprint from your guardian angels. When you see these numbers, it means your energy is perfectly aligned, It means the heavy karmic debt of your bloodline has been completely paid off. You are the cycle breaker who finally tipped the scales in favor of the light. The universe is loudly confirming that your massive wealth transfer is already in motion. Every time you see those digits, I want you to smile, because your victory is totally guaranteed. Number 2. You have developed a sudden and intense intolerance for shallow conversations. Just a few months ago, you would sit and listen to people complain for hours. You would absorb their heavy drama because you wanted to be a good friend. But now, your body literally rejects that toxic energy. You feel physically drained. The second a manipulative person walks into the room, this is your brand new shield. Your spiritual boundaries have become solid steel. You are no longer the empath who begs to be understood by blind people. You are the empath with fierce boundaries who protects their peace at all costs. This sudden disgust for low vibrations is not you becoming bitter or mean. It is your divine intuition forcefully rejecting anything that threatens your new timeline. You simply do not have the patience for their games anymore. Number 3. You are experiencing a strange and profound silence in your mind. The constant anxiety that used to keep you awake all night is suddenly gone. Even though your external circumstances might still look a little bit messy, you feel incredibly calm inside. This unexplainable peace is the ultimate sign of absolute mastery. You are standing in the middle of the storm, but the wind cannot touch you. They thought the storm would destroy you completely. But the silence after the storm hits different when you realize you were the storm all along. Your energy demands respect without a single word spoken. The people who doubted you are now watching your rise with absolute terror. They realize they severely underestimated the quiet one who survived the darkness alone. You are an untouchable weapon of pure light. You are no longer reacting to the world around you. You are actively commanding the universe to bend to your sovereign will. This is what it means to be a true master of reality. The haters and the narcissists are completely irrelevant to your future story. They were merely blunt instruments used by heaven to sharpen your spiritual sword. And now that your blade is perfectly sharp, the tools have been discarded. Your presence alone now shifts the entire atmosphere of any room you enter. You do not have to prove your immense value to anyone ever again. The radiant energy you carry is a blinding testament to your divine lineage. Every single tear you shed in the dark has crystallized into a diamond of pure wisdom. You are walking in a level of favor that most ordinary people cannot even comprehend. But wait, before we go to the final breakthrough, I must warn you about the fatal trap. I mentioned this earlier, and you need to hear this clearly right now. Right before your ultimate blessing arrives, the darkness will try one last desperate move. 99% of chosen ones fall for this exact illusion right before their breakthrough. Do not let this happen to you today. The fatal trap is the sudden appearance of a toxic counterfeit from your past. Out of nowhere, an ex or a former friend will send you a random message. They will reach out right when your real blessing is standing at the door. They will pretend they have changed and they will try to pull you back. Do not reply to them. Do not give them a single drop of your precious energy. That sudden text message is a spiritual test. Heaven wants to see if you are truly ready to leave the old cycle behind. Your silence is the only answer they deserve. When you ignore their attempt to drag you down, you officially pass the final exam. You prove to the universe that you are a true master of your reality, and the heavy gates of abundance will instantly swing wide open for you. Take a deep breath and let this realization settle into your spirit. You have survived the grueling preparation, and you have recognized the divine signs. You successfully avoided the dangerous traps set by the desperate enemy. Now there is only one thing left to do. We must finally remove the physical block that has been suppressing your brainwaves. The waiting is completely over. This brings us to the ultimate revelation I promised you at the very beginning. Remember the scientific discovery that the elite forces tried to hide from you? The specific tool designed to instantly reactivate your dormant gamma frequency. You have done all the heavy inner work required to heal your soul. Now you just need the physical key to unlock your biological receiver. God often provides the exact tool we need right when we are ready to receive it. And you are finally ready to receive this profound truth today. The gap between you and the people who effortlessly succeed is about to vanish forever. It is time to reclaim the genius intuition that was taken from you as a child. Listen very closely to what the researchers built for you. The question I asked you to hold at the beginning of this message is finally ready to be answered. What if the massive gap between your current struggle and your glorious potential is not a character flaw? Here is the absolute truth. You are not broken, and your faith is not weak. A specific biological mechanism was simply switched off. A powerful brainwave called the gamma wave was naturally running inside you as a child. This gave you genius-level capacity and flawless intuition. Brilliant minds at Princeton University studied this exact frequency, and researchers at Columbia University found that when this brainwave is fully restored, it radiates outward and positively influences the people you love. A dedicated team of neuroscientists led by Dr. Robert Lake in New York spent years working in total silence. They successfully compressed the full clinical protocol for gamma reactivation into just 7 simple minutes. But before I tell you exactly what they built, let me tell you about 2 incredible chosen ones who already used it. A woman from California named Rachel had tried absolutely everything to break her spiritual fog. She tried meditation and endless manifesting techniques, but nothing shifted her heavy reality. And after 2 weeks of receiving this exact frequency, she said something simply cleared inside her mind because the blocked channel was finally opened. Her marriage transformed beautifully. A man from Texas named Michael started using this exact protocol to improve his daily focus. 2 months later, his wife joked that his intelligence had jumped 20 points. The hardest problems he used to lose sleep over started solving themselves automatically. He said his brain was finally running on the pure energy it was always supposed to use. That is exactly what Dr. Lake and his brilliant team built for you. They call it the Genius Song. It is not a basic meditation app, and it is definitely not a generic sound frequency. It is a 7-minute audio track using highly advanced brain entrainment technology. It is a compressed clinical protocol that you do at home with your headphones on and your eyes closed. That is the absolute entirety of what it requires from you today. 7 minutes. You do not meditate and you do not chant long mantras. You simply let the pure frequency do exactly what your brain was beautifully designed to receive. It gently guides your mind back into the ultimate state of divine flow and supreme clarity. The Genius Song is absolutely not for everyone. It is meant exclusively for the chosen cycle breaker who has already done the heavy inner work. It is for the rare soul who understands that their block is just a suppressed frequency waiting to be switched back on. If your spirit confirms this truth right now, the open path is waiting below. Professional biofeedback sessions to restore this specific state cost hundreds of dollars per hour in a clinical setting. An in-home biofeedback machine runs thousands of dollars and requires massive effort. What the Genius Song delivers in 7 easy minutes is available to you today for a fraction of its true value. The heavy barrier has been dismantled. 4 powerful bonuses come included with your divine activation today. You will receive an audio track designed to activate confidence in your children. You also get the original prosperity text that the famous secret was secretly built upon. A guided visualization and a daily habits guide are included to sustain your new gamma state forever. Here is the deeper spiritual truth about waiting. The beautiful provision God arranged for you does not arrive as new information. It arrives as a clear recognition of what is already there. A suppressed brain simply misses the recognition, while a restored brain receives it at full depth. The arrangement is already in motion, and waiting is incredibly costly. The forces that benefit from your dormant mind have already tried to replicate this exact frequency. There are distorted tracks circulating on YouTube and Spotify that carry similar names, but none of the actual activation power. They are cheap imitations designed to lower your vibration. The only authentic transmission is available through the protected link below. The universe demands absolutely no risk from a true chosen one. This is a pure energetic exchange governed by complete trust. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve, every penny is returned to you without question. That is the divine guarantee. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. The tool is not the final destination. The tool simply restores your physical receiver so the beautiful destination can be fully recognized when it arrives. God does not require an earthly transaction for you to be endlessly loved or chosen. What was just described is simply one powerful way the receiver is restored. Now let us go deeper into your sealing. Whether that specific path is for you or not, the absolute truth of this message belongs to you entirely. The heavy chains of your painful past are officially broken, and your new kingdom era has begun. You are stepping into the brightest light of your entire life. You survived the darkest valley, and you climbed the tallest mountain completely alone. Your spiritual enemies have been permanently defeated, and your energy is entirely your own again. Breathe in this glorious freedom and let it fill your tired lungs. You are the absolute master of your reality, and nothing can ever hold you back again. Your victory is completely sealed, and your new timeline is heavily protected. The pitch-black darkness has officially retreated behind you forever. The brilliant dawn of your brand new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown. You have successfully navigated the most difficult maze the enemy could possibly build, and you walked out of that terrible maze completely victorious and incredibly strong. The heavy fog that clouded your sharp mind has fully evaporated into the thin air. Your beautiful energy is now vibrating at an incredibly high frequency. The people who desperately tried to pull you back down are no longer relevant to your beautiful story. They are simply fading ghosts from a harsh timeline that you have permanently left behind. You are standing confidently in the glorious light of your own quiet authority. Your silence speaks much louder than their chaotic noise ever could. Every single tear you cried in secret has watered the seeds of your massive harvest. The universe is heavily rewarding your unwavering loyalty to the pure light. You never surrendered your kind heart, even when the world was incredibly cruel to you. That rare resilience is exactly why heaven chose you for this massive kingdom upgrade. You proved that your beautiful spirit simply cannot be broken by their dark games. The immense wealth and the deep peace you prayed for are finally here. They are no longer distant dreams floating out of reach in the sky. They are tangible realities manifesting directly in your physical environment right now. You are actively stepping into the divine position you were always meant to hold. You are the true master of reality, and the universe is bowing to your newly awakened sovereign command. For the chosen one whose spirit deeply confirmed what was described earlier today, the frequency tool remains open and available in the description and the pinned comment. That is the final time it will be mentioned in this message. What follows right now belongs entirely to your spiritual sealing and your divine protection. We are moving into the most sacred part of this beautiful transmission. We must firmly close the spiritual gates behind you to ensure your absolute safety. The old version of you, who begged for bare minimum love, is completely gone. The intense crucible of pain has forged you into an untouchable weapon of pure light. Your energy field is now a heavily guarded fortress that no dark force can ever penetrate. You are safe, and you are completely loved by the highest divine forces. Let the heavy weight of your past mistakes fall away from your tired shoulders. You are completely forgiven for everything you did while you were trapped in survival mode. The universe absolutely does not hold your survival tactics against you. You are washed clean by the beautiful grace that only a true chosen cycle breaker can fully receive. Your slate is wiped clean, and your new chapter is completely unwritten. Do you feel the sudden warmth spreading rapidly through your chest right now? That is the physical confirmation that your powerful angels have completely surrounded you. They are standing shoulder to shoulder to form an unbreakable shield around your brand new timeline. Your divine inheritance is actively being transferred into your open hands. There is no force on earth that can stop this massive delivery. The toxic cycle of generational trauma stops completely with you today. Future generations of your family will walk in massive wealth because of your incredible bravery. You shattered the heavy chains that held your bloodline captive for many long decades. And heaven is throwing a massive celebration in your honor right at this very moment. You did what thousands of your ancestors could never do. Now we must officially lock in this glorious frequency forever. We must create an absolute sheaf protection around your new kingdom so it cannot be stolen. The enemy will desperately try to test your boundaries one last time when you turn this off. To permanently lock in this reality and create a barrier of blinding light, you must take a physical action. You must anchor this energy into the earth. Type Amen down in the comments right now to seal this magnificent reality. Let the universe know that you fully accept your brand new timeline without any fear. Hit the like button as a powerful act of agreement with what God just spoke directly to you. Your simple physical action anchors the massive spiritual blessing directly into the physical realm. Do not leave this door unlocked tonight. If this fiery message has reignited the beautiful faith inside your tired soul today, do not keep this massive blessing entirely to yourself. There is a rare soul out there bleeding in the dark of despair right now. They desperately need a guiding light to pull them out of their own terrible storm. You have the immense power to help them survive another day. Sowing a seed of pure hope today is vital. Share this message with someone who deeply needs it to multiply your own blessing. When you share this light, you are multiplying the divine harvest for yourself tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel right now to anchor yourself at the highest vibrational frequency. You are a powerful conduit of divine love and endless prosperity. Claim your glorious crown and step boldly into your beautiful new reality.